I do wear a mask. I'm not one of them arrogant idiots, you know.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's what we've got to do, you know. So they tell us to do that, I'll do it, you know. But so what I do if I don't have to go out, I don't go out.
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about 40th anniversary of Blizzard of Oz, which is coming up this weekend.
That 40 years has gone by so quickly.
Yeah, no joke. No joke.
Yes.
So you're coming out of Black Sabbath. You go into the studio to record Blizzard of Oz. Was there what was happening? What was happening in the studio?
Well, you know, with Black Sabbath, we were a four-man team, but not all I was there, which I was just a singer, and I didn't have much say in the music. Everybody did their own thing, you know. And so, because I was kind of, not taken seriously, you know, I suppose. And you know, that never worked. And so when I departed from Black Sabbath, I thought I'm going to get my own thing going, and I'll never want to be a guy on the side just to sing, you know. So I got my own thing going, you know. I met Randy, Bob, Lee, and we made a couple of great albums together.
Yeah.
Randy was a gift from heaven. I mean, he was just it seemed, you know, the period of time I worked with him wasn't very long, but his presence in my life is so huge.
Do you remember the first time you guys met? First time you heard him play guitar?
I was at the Park Hotel on West Knoll. It was about 7 in the evening. I was shit-faced. I've been doing it all day. I thought he was a little girl when he walked in. He was about 5 foot nothing and weighed about 96 pounds. And he was
all hair,
high heels. I said to him, he was with a guy called Dana Strum from Slaughter. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And he goes, this guy. Does he got to leave this guy? I said, is this a girl? And so the following night, I went down to a studio that Dana was working in, and I was shit-faced again. And I heard him play, and I thought, well, I said, either this dope I'm smoking is exceedingly good, or you're the best thing since sliced bread. You got a gig if you want. I mean, that was it, you know. And Randy was the first guy to ever come into my life who gave me some time. You know, he sat down and worked out the key. The first thing he got going was Goodbye to Romance, and he worked the key out with me.
Kindred Spirits?
Pardon?
Kindred Spirits, you two?
We just clicked. I mean, Kevin DeBro said to me later that he was going to leave me and go back to him. I said, you know what? I wish he was still here to make that choice. I miss him every day.
When you were writing that album, was there any thought to what was going on with Black Sabbath? Like, did you feel at all like you had something to prove, a chip on your shoulder coming out of that band?
The best part of any band is the first attempt, because it's nothing gives it. No, if it fails, it fails. But if you get a hit and then you fail after a hit, it's like a one-hit wonder. I had everything to prove to them. I mean, when I pulled it off, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
It was a healthy thing in the end. I wasn't really into that anymore. I was wanting to do some different kind of thing. But, you know, my ideas were never accepted, and they never wanted to go any further than what they do. I mean, Ronnie James Dio was a good replacement, I suppose. I never listened to them anymore after that.
Did you listen to that first Sabbath album at some point with Ronnie?
Never, ever.
Never
ever heard them. It's like if my ex-wife, I wouldn't want to meet her new husband. I think, you know, I've gone.
Do you have a favorite Randy Rhoads story that you like to tell people?
Um, we were in a hotel, and every hotel we would go to, we would have a classical guitar lesson on the day out. So we were in a bar, I think it was somewhere in Canada or somewhere, and there was a guy playing classical piano. So Randy went over to him and asked him if he could play classical guitar with him. So he went and he said, sure, I'll be honoured. So Randy went and got his guitar. We were all sitting there. He started playing this beautiful guitar with his piano. But after about a minute or so, he started to do guitar shapes like Pete Townsend and all that. It was so funny, man.
Do you think he would have gone on, given the time to do something?
On that last journey, all I can say is he had a conversation with me. I don't know what prompted him to say this. He said to me, you know what? I'm thinking about leaving rock and roll. I said, what? You just jumped in? He goes, no. I've experienced it. I would like to go to UCLA to get a degree in classical music. He wanted to compose classical music. That was in his heart, you know. He'd experienced the rock, he'd experienced the classical, and he experienced the jazz and the pop and whatever. He was a true musician. He was writing his own thing, you know, which his mother could never transcribe.
Think about him a lot.
Every time I look at a record or pick up a magazine or I hear a song on the radio from that time, I'll never ever forget Randy Rhoads. And every year since his death, I've sent flowers. Every year, and I'll do it for the rest of my life. It was such a tonic for me. It was what I needed, and I'm just sad that he's not here today. I would love him to be there. It was only like 24 when he passed, when he got killed. He was a great guy. He was a fucking great guy.
You have had some pretty phenomenal guitar players over the years, like Zakk, for example, who I know is a ton of fun.
I could be anywhere, in any situation. If I was to call Zakk, for whatever reason, you could bet your bottom dollar he'd be right there as soon as he could. He's my bro, he's family.
Is he good? Do you guys chat every now and again? Yeah.
Antonio, I chat to.
Have you had the most fun, you think, with Zakk over the years? Are you guys a dynamic duo? Is it trouble? Is it trouble when Ozzy and
Zakk and I were meant for each other? You know that? I've had other guitarists since before, but it's like Ozzy and Zakk are like Laurel and Hardy.
Does Sharon ever worry like, oh great, it's Ozzy and Zakk?
When we used to both drink, his wife and my wife I've come through many airport terminals, shit faced, and be holding on to Zakk and Zakk older than me, and they both looked at us with these like, you pair of assholes. Get into
that. So do you think so? The years that the 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne covers, a lot of those are the Zakk years. Were those the craziest Ozzy years? Do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it depends where I was or who I was with. If it was with you and it was crazy, it was the craziest one. I was just having a ball, man. I mean, it's like, you know, it's what rock and roll's all about. It was the longest birthday party of my life. You know.
That's a great line. How many? So it's the 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne. Have you lived more than 9 lives? I feel like that number is small.
I mean, I said, I'm not a fucking cat. But I don't know. He wanted to call Jack. It's nothing. I had nothing to do with it. Jack's the TV guy. Jack does all these documentaries and things. And I think for what it's worth, he did a pretty good job. The only thing I think, I don't know if it's in one episode or two, but it was a bit long, you know.
Is it tough sometimes to watch that stuff?
I can't watch it, but I watch it once because it was my son's project. But I don't like watching myself on TV.
Did you help like dig through old photos or video? Just stayed out all that shit.
Jack did the whole day. He did everything.
Great
10
job.
months on it.
The Osbournes Want to Believe, is that's one of Jack's projects as well?
Yeah, it's like the last album, Ordinary Man, was a tonic, and so is doing bits and pieces. Because I mean, I've had to start to learn to walk again, and my neck's fucked, man.
Yeah.
I mean, as the day goes on, I can't hold my head up, So I got physical therapy every day, 5 days a week, and I go on walks, and I just go into the pool. But it's a slow goddamn project. I mean, compared to what I was, I'm a lot better, but I've still got a ways to go. I mean, I suppose that's one plus for this dreadful situation we're living in. I couldn't work anyway,
Right, you have to stay at home.
That's why I'm doing TV things. I'm doing a record, It's like I'm doing another record right now. I just started to work with Andrew again.
I was going to ask if there was another Andrew Watt record in there somewhere.
Yeah, well, it's a different process, the way he works. It's like his heart's in what I do, but he's actually go and work with other people to be a producer, But it's still music. It's what gets me up in the morning, and it's what I'm here to do. And it saved my life doing that last album. And so I mean, sitting on my ass all day waiting for the fucking pandemic to get over, or a vaccine.
Right.
And then you go, oh yeah, I'm a rock and roller. I better do an album. You got all the fucking time in the world to make the best album possible.
Yeah, I think everyone worth their salt is going to have a new album in 2021.
I'll tell you what, when I do get the handle on this thing, there's going to be a fucking giant tour.
Everyone.
You're doing two for the price of one,
You're going to have a show every other night of the week,
like a
right?
fucking house fest in your yard,
Yeah. So let's go.
Everybody from fucking country and western to rappers to metal, they ain't done a gig in fucking years. So they're going to go, we got to fill the fucking till up, and they're all going to go crazy.
It's going to be Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm not going. You know what? I'm not a fucking sucker unless you just don't. I mean, it's like I want to be number one. I want to be totally back on my feet.
Sure.
And number two, what's the point in fucking overflooding the market straight away?
Sure. I get it. So no, you can't get Ozzy one night, Garth Brooks the next night, Beyonce the third night. Yeah. So everyone's on tour. You talked about. I want to go back to Osbourne's "Want to Believe" a little bit. I read a story about the Clearwell Castle back in the day with Sabbath when you guys used to play. It's bullshit.
I mean, you got Black Sabbath in a fucking old castle.
In a dungeon.
Then each other with fucking chicken wire and fucking fishing wire and pulling hooks on beds and pulling the sheets up, and leaving radios on and whatever.
Sure. You don't believe in that stuff?
Because we're all playing fucking pranks on each other all night long. What we would just put us plenty of spirits down our neck and then go to sleep.
Sure. So you were the ghost in the Clearwell Castle then?
Yeah.
You like working with Jack?
He's the best thing in the world. He can't do me no wrong. He's a good guy, my son. I don't know how that happened. He's been sober for fucking something longer than he's been born. He's been sober like 20 years.
You're a proud dad, aren't you?
He's a great dad. He works his balls up. He won't take nothing from me. He won't let me help him.
Are you getting plenty of time with the grandkids during quarantine?
Yeah, but it's like they're in quarantine now because their nanny got tested positive. So Sharon's in quarantine. They're in quarantine. It's fucking awful. That's why I'm saying to it, you gotta wear a mask.
Yeah.
Right? Just because you work for someone and you worked for them yesterday, you don't know where they've been and they don't know where you've been.
Right.
Yeah.
One last question. Anything you'd tell that 20-year-old kid in 1968 before the first Sabbath album, knowing what you know today?
Hold on to your shorts because it's going to be the best ride of your fucking life.
I think that's a good spot to end it. Thanks for the time, Ozzy. Always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.
Love you, man. God bless.
Hey, take care, all right?
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications from radio.com. While you're at it, why don't you check out some of our other great videos.